Now that we're done with our business in Pewter City, it's time to head off to Route 3, which leads towards Mount Moon. And, of course, there are several trainers to fight on the way there, so we're going to be doing that for the entirety of the video today. Call me Shorts Boy. I guess even Nintendo of America got a hold of, this whole shorts gag with the guy from Red, Blue, Yellow who says, I like shorts, they're delightfully comfy and easy to wear. I think delightfully was even added to Fire Than Leaf Green. It wasn't there in the original, but I guess it's sort of cool sometimes to see gaming companies acknowledge memes like that, I think. Even though it's not the funniest thing ever, it's just the fact that the guy says it, and it's so random, it comes out of nowhere. Certainly more fun than the whole Mudkip thing, and I think you'll agree on that. But anyway, it's not what I wanted to talk about. Excuse me! Sorry about that. There's this little notification that popped up in the corner of the screen. You couldn't see it, of course, but it's there, and it's annoying. So, I went and closed it. But, this wasn't what I wanted to talk about today. You've probably seen it by now, but they have rolled out... Fail Boy! Well, that's about right. Fail Boy would be a nice superhero name for you, I guess. But, if I can stop getting interrupted, what I meant to talk about is that you probably saw that YouTube rolled out new home pages and channel front pages, and by God, oh my God! Just to be fair though, the home page isn't that bad. It could be better, but it also could be a lot worse. So it's bearable. But the channel front pages, oh my God, they are broken! They are ugly, dysfunctional, completely impossible to customize. They are an eyesore, they are trashy, they are strolling. It's just absolutely horrible. Now, I haven't started using it yet, though no doubt I'll be forced to do it eventually, but I'm going to hold on to that old layout until the very end, because I have more respect for you guys than that. And if you haven't seen the new channel layouts yet, well, head over to Chugga Conroy's channel. He already made the switch for some silly reason. Seriously, I get it. I just don't get it. Here you have a mega corporation that could buy out the entire planet several times over, hiring people, paying them in the 6 digits to try and come up with ways to improve their site, and this is the best those ass munchers can come up with? Dear fucking God, in any other company they would be out of a job by now. Yet, not only that, but they are actually supported by the company in those changes. Now, I'm pretty sure they've gotten a lot of hate mail for that monstrosity so far. They also probably got a lot of hate mail the last time they tried doing this, which was partway through my Crystal LP, I believe, and I complained about the change back then too. I still think the old layout that we used to have when I first started LPing was better. Though the one we have the one we have right now, not the new one. It's at least workable. It's serviceable. But the new one, it's just absolutely fucking terrible. There's no excuse at all for that. And just because I have to point it out, having the right to say this kind of thing is exactly the kind of reason why I don't want a partnership. Because if I were a YouTube partner, well, I would be morally forced to not badmouth them the way I did just now. And that's just something that I don't want to give up on, especially not for the very minimal amount of money I would get out of the deal. But there is one positive thing that I have to mention about these new features, and it's the fact that Insight was replaced with a more detailed feature called Analytics. It's actually pretty nifty. There's even more data accessible to us than there used to be. back when Insight was on, and I checked something for fun. Remember when I said that my number of Canadian subscribers was constantly plummeting according to Insight? Well, I don't know if I could do this before, but now I'm able to take a look at which countries each video view comes on, as opposed to, subscriptions and stuff like that. And when it comes to that, Canada and the UK are about tied for second in terms of video views. But when it comes to subscribers, Canada, well, it's been going down for a while, which led me to believe that there was something wrong with the system, or that whenever I banned someone, it counted as an unsub for Canada because it was a Canadian doing the action of unsubbing the other person through a ban. Anyway, these meteorites here, I don't know if you remember those from Veilstone City and Diamond Pearl Platinum, but what those things do is that when you have a Deoxys, they are used to change Deoxys' form, because back in Generation 3, the form changed depending on which game it was traded to, or which game you were playing, or whatever. But in Generation 4, they couldn't exactly do that, so they just made all forms accessible throughout all games, and they introduced those little meteorites to be able to change Deoxys' forms at will. Now, I've actually never owned a Deoxys for myself, so I can't tell. If you have one, there's a way to tell which meteorite changes Deoxys into which form. Probably. I don't think they would make it that inconvenient. But anyway, back to what I was talking about. I still don't have any answers as far as that whole subscription thing goes. But something that I actually noticed now that the stats have been improved is that for some countries, I actually have a negative number of subscribers. There are 4 countries in total. I think it's Kazakhstan, New Caledonia, Yemen, and Vietnam as well, where I apparently have negative subscribers. So I guess, yeah, there are a few glitches in the system, and those stats are pretty much for entertainment purposes only, I guess. But I'm moving on because I'm getting sick of talking about YouTube like that. I think it was about last week that Bulba Garden posted a news article talking about one of the Autumn Regional Tournaments champions, and Pokémon.com put up sort of an analysis of the team that one of the winners used, and was surprised, lots of stuff that is actually banned from standard competitive play. The team was made up of, I believe, Politoed, Ludicolo, Kingdraw, Thundurus, Jellicent, and the Toxic Rogue. Now you see where I'm going with this? 2 Swift Swimmers on the same team as a Drizzle user. It's sort of a wonder why he didn't use Kabutops, because it's the third member of the Infernal Swift Swimmer trio alongside Kingdraw and Ludicolo. Oh, and I just got a big root. What this does is that it increases the HP gained from draining moves such as Giga Drain or Drain Punch or stuff like that by, I believe it's 30%. It better be more than 20, because otherwise you'd be better off using the item that boosts the corresponding type, because you'd be dealing more damage, and by extension you'd be recovering more HP as well. So yeah, I think this is the percentage, but it definitely increases the HP recovery obtained by moves such as Giga Drain and Drain Punch. I don't think it works on recovery moves such as Recover or Roost, though, so don't even bother trying. But yeah, what was I saying? Oh yeah, that guy didn't use Kabutops, and I'm not trying to imply that Jellicent or a Toxic Rogue are bad, because they're most certainly not. But Kabutops with Swift Swim activated is absolutely freaking nasty. And then, of course, there's the whole part where Thundurus has been banned as well, because it's a little too abusive, especially in the rain. I mean, and then there's Prankster, and the high stat total. It's just, Thundurus is effectively a bit too perfect. But hey, you know what? I have absolutely no problem with the fact that the guy used stuff that was banned from conventional competitive play, because it's banned for a reason. It's banned because it's just way too damn strong. And, there are going to be some people who are going to keep on burying their heads and say, no, it's not that bad. You just have to ban all legendaries and all problems will go away. And by that point, I think we've established just how much bullshit that was. But, yeah, I don't have a problem with that guy using stuff that's banned from conventional play, because if the tournament rules allow it, then by all means, use it. It's not like, there are some people who claim to have a certain moral high ground because they don't use strategies that can be deemed as cheap, and they think of themselves as more honorable that way. But you know what? If it's allowed by the rules, then go right the fuck ahead, no matter how broken it is. Well, especially if you win with that kind of team, then you're establishing that Smogon was right in banning all that stuff. And we are about to fight a few black belts, I think. So this is a very good time for Tyranitar to get the hell out of there. Because if there's one thing Tyranitar hates more than anything else, it's fighting types. Oh, and I guess I should mention this just to know what you guys think. I had a discussion a few days ago with a few of my regulars about how, sometimes the game just seems to cheat, like, for example, getting flinched by an air slash that doesn't belong to a Togekiss, like 3 times in a row or something, and that has, like, less than a 3% chance of happening. Ancient Power, pass! All my moves are way stronger than that. But, yeah, what I've been thinking is that, if there really was a script in the game that rigged the system so that it would increase the chances of winning of the AI, then it would have been data mined by now. Don't you think that? I mean, the games were hacked to pieces, and yet no one has ever found any script for that, be it in the Battlefront here or anywhere else. It's just, you know what? I think it's just the nature of human nature to remember, when something bad happens. And, because, when you get a critical or you get a lucky flinch or something, you don't seem to mind that much and to remember it. Whereas if you're the victim, then it suddenly gets a whole lot more frustrating. It's like, those people who build streaks of 40, 45 battles in the battle tower, and then they get an unlucky critical, and they lose because of that. But those people don't remember the lucky criticals that they got that allowed them to win. At least this is what I think. This is more a matter of human nature, remembering some stuff, selective memory, rather than there being an actual script in the game to rig it towards the AI. Now, I don't think I'm gonna have time to fight another trainer unless he's got like one Pokemon, but I don't really wanna risk it now. So I'm gonna stop here. Next time for part 100, we are going to head off into Mount Moon.